Yes, mates, how's it going? My name's Lee. So in today's video, we're going to go through my team selection for game week 34 and look at a few different transfer targets we can look at for this week and then moving towards the end of the season. So if you're into FPL and need some tips or advice, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It's just a little click down below and it really helps me out a ton, so don't be snide. Give it a little click, please. Anyway, let's rock and roll. Alright mates, double game week 34, let's have it. So on the bottom right, I've got David De Gea. He's probably my main transfer target that specifically applies to my team. And then captain and vice, Haaland and Salah. I think it's nice and easy for that. You could maybe point on someone like a KDB who smashed it last night. I've got one free transfer and I maxed out all my squad value. Currently stands at 104.3 million. Took a -8 last week. It's not panned out as well as I thought it would, but I didn't just do it for the 1 week. I've kind of done it for this week and the next couple of weeks coming up. So in goal, I've got Nick Pope and I've got David Raya on the bench. So as you can see, I don't have a double player for in the goalkeeper position. It's the reason why I'm thinking of Big Dave. And if I do that, it would allow me another Newcastle player outfield as well, which I don't mind the thought of. You can see I've got Trippier on the bench. That's probably one of the hardest decisions I'm making this week. There is still opportunity for him to come in and start like 100%. It's not like a nailed on that Trippier is going to be on the bench there. So definitely someone that I will consider to start definitely. Luke Shaw, he's got a double. Nice and easy to kind of pick. They are tough games. Villa at home, Brighton away. I'm not really expecting a clean sheet from majority of my defence actually. The only one I'm kind of hopeful of is a Estupiñán at home to Wolves and Trent at home to Fulham. Bar that, I don't see a lot in that. So Trippier might get more points than all my defence. All my defence combined, who knows? He's capable of it. Like he's capable of a double digit haul of a 10, 12, 15 pointer. And if he does that, then he's going to beat all my defenders probably combined. But no, Luke Shaw, he's probably going to play more centre back. I think maybe I'm not 100% sure of that. I think he'll play centre back against Villa. Against Brighton, he might move to left back, and Maguire might come in. I'm not sure. Not sure how he's going to play it, but I think Luke Shaw will be involved regardless. There is threat from Malacia, so there is a rotation risk. If there was anything that kind of hinted towards Luke Shaw being out, Trippier would come in. If I didn't have three doubles in defence, I'd be looking at someone like a John Stones. Don't even mind someone like a Lindelof, to be honest with you. Like, I don't mind like a Ben Mee to a Lindelof, which isn't really a bad move. Now I'm kind of thinking out loud, but then that would impact one of my outfield players. So that's the reason why I'm looking at the goalkeeper positions. I have nothing in the bank, so I'd have to go Pope down to someone else as opposed to David Raya, which I would prefer because Nick Pope's got some doubles coming up as well. Estupiñán really attacking. When we played him in the semis, really impressed with Estupiñán. Is a bit of a beast. I think it caused Wolves problems. I think it caused us problems as well, to be honest with you. But I expect Wan-Bissaka to be right back for probably most of the season now. Even Darryl might play off back now. I'm thinking about it. It's tough, mate. It's tough. I think if we play one of the smaller teams, I think Darryl might play right back and Luke Shaw left back. But I'm not sure. It's tough. It's tough to kind of predict. Estupiñán, yeah, is a beast. I think he'll do well against Wolves. I think he'll do alright against us. Like I said, I'm expecting one clean sheet out of those two, and then Trent's probably one of the more nailed on players in my team right now. He's kind of moving into that midfield position up against Spurs and Fulham. Spurs are a mess. Fulham don't have Mitrovic. They look a bit toothless in attack. I mean, they're still scoring goals, but I don't think they're as dominant and aggressive as they were when Mitrovic plays. So I think they've got a better chance of keeping a clean sheet against Fulham than they would have done if Mitrovic was fit, obviously. So I don't mind that. Trent got an assist last night as well, and he got 2 or 3 the game before that. So he's always got that attacking returns in him, and he's almost a mainstay from now until the end of the season. There aren't many other defenders that I'm kind of even considering. Any of the City boys. I like John Stones. Like he's got 2 goals in his past 2 games, so that kind of rules him out for any more goals for us this season now. Ruben Diaz, I don't mind. He's a bit more expensive. Akanji. I would have liked Ake. Ake would have been the one I was going to go for, but I just don't know when he's getting back, to be honest with you. So that's the main kind of risk that I'm running with that. But there aren't many defenders that are really jumping out to me right now. Like, I'm sure someone will stand up. Obviously, Tyrone Mings got his 15-pointer. One of them, you live and learn, mate. Nobody saw it coming. One of them, what can you do? What do you think about my goalkeeping defence? Do you think Pope to De Gea is the right move? Let me know down below. Let me know who you're thinking of bringing in for this week, and if you think I'm making a mistake taking out Nick Pope. So onto the midfield, and before I even continue, can we just admire my symmetry? How pretty does that look? FPL Raps have kind of put it in his video the other day about how he sets his team up to make it look nice. I thought, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do it this time. And so I've gone nice and symmetrical down the middle, and unfortunately the forwards are going to ruin it, but what can you do? Really happy with midfield. Ideally, I'd prefer March over McAllister, but he's going to get penalties between now and the end of the season. Like, he'll still get returns. I'm not that bothered about it. He's got a double, really nice double, so what can you do? Rashford's hopefully back fit and firing. He doesn't look completely right at the minute, and I'm hoping up against Villa. They're a tough team, mate. They're a tough team, and I don't know which way it's going to go, to be honest with you. Like, they're a good side. They are a really good side, so hopefully we can get something from it, but I'm not that confident, you know. I'm not confident. If we're going to win, we're going to scrape it. It's going to be like I don't even see it being 1-0. I see it being like a 1-1. I think it's got 1-1 written all over it, to be honest with you. Hopefully Rash can do some magic, scrape a 2-1. Brighton away is a really tough game. He might be better Brighton off more of the ball. We might hit him on the counter. Yeah, tough, mate, really tough. Onto the Brighton boys. Matoma's an absolute unit. I just absolutely love him. Wan-Bissaka shut him down, mate. Absolutely shut him down. And I think he'll do the same again against when we play him at home. I think Wan-Bissaka will play right back. He'll just completely shut Matoma down. I think all the Brighton boys' potential points are going to come in the Wolves game. I think the United game is going to be 0-0, to be honest with you. I can already see me being 0-0. I think United will take a scoreless draw and move on from there. I think that'll be a decent result for them. He's probably their best player, I think, Matoma. I do really like March, like I said, though. Ideally, I would go March over McAllister, but I just don't think it's worth the transfer. These Brighton boys are pretty much going to be mainstays from now until the end of the season. Like, unless I've got two transfers, someone like an Evan Ferguson is back, and I can go Watkins to Evan Ferguson and McAllister to, I don't know, Saka. I'm just trying to think of like an 8 million mid. If Phil Foden starts playing every single game, I can bring Foden in, boom, easy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I've got some flexibility there, but that's not something I can do until game week 36 now, when I've got 2 free transfers, because I'm probably going to use my transfer this week. Salah is my vice. If Tottenham play a back 4, they'll expose them, but they won't. I think they'll go back to a back 5 now, or back 3 if you want to put it that way. But I still think Salah will get some joy, regardless of who they play left back, whether that's Perisic or I don't know the status on Sessegnon, or whoever else that they're thinking about playing there. Emerson Royale can play there sometimes as well. I think Salah will expose him, like I think he'll be involved in the goals. Hopefully still in pens. It's quite close between Haaland and Salah. City have got the better double. So, like, if you take out they're both playing Fulham, I don't think it matters at home or away when they're this calibre of team. And basically it's West Ham at home versus Tottenham at home, and West Ham at home is a better game than Spurs at home, in my opinion. But you never know. West Ham might put 10 men behind the ball, and Spurs might be 3-4 when a Salah runs riot. But these are the risks you take, and I think Haaland will be really heavily owned, or like captain, should I say, anyway. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Salah's definitely the second choice, in my opinion. If Haaland's effective ownership is something like 150, Salah's will be 110, 120. So if you want to take a bit of a punt, I don't hate the Salah captaincy. I just prefer Haaland. And the way I am kind of in this season right now, I need to kind of play something safe and then take risks elsewhere. And captaincy, I just don't think is one that I can take any risks on right now, because it's burnt me so much in the past. Jackie Grealish, he's in some good form right now. Like, he hasn't done as well in the past couple of games, but I think this is this is a chance for him to step up and make an impact up against Fulham and West Ham. He's got that nice connection with KDB and Haaland, and I think he'll continue to do that. I don't see him as much of a rotation risk as other people. I think unless Foden comes back and he's 100% fit, ready to start from the off, he might pose a threat to Grealish, but I don't think Foden's at that point yet. I think he might be maybe after this week. maybe 36 onwards, Foden might be an option. But right now, nah, not too concerned, mate. So is anyone thinking of going Salah captain? If you are, let me know down below. Give me reasons why. Because it's an easy choice for Haaland for me, mate. And this is where the symmetry gets completely ruined. So I tried, and I really tried here. So there's not much else I could do. Like, I want to go Haaland, and then just put, I just push that. I just push Isaac off to one side. Then there's not much else I can do. So the -8 I took last week, I went Bruno to Salah, Botman to Trent, and Kane down to Isaac. So I took a -8. I'm down to about just under 100k from 70. I knew it was going to be a big drop, but my plan was mainly to focus on this week. And I could have done one of the moves this week, but I just quite liked getting it done early. Get it done and go from there. Do you know what I mean? Because I was always going to take it like 2 -4s anyway. So why not get it done a week earlier? Anyway, one of those, there's no point worrying about it too much. Haaland, Eza did he get two assists and a goal last night? I mean, he's just a machine, right? I don't think he's a goal scoring machine. He's just a good footballer, mate. Like, if you go tight to him, he's just going to flick it around the corner. KDB's going to run through and score a goal. KDB's goal was class last night, by the way. It's just this weird thing when he dribbles. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, where he kind of opens his body up and he like drags the ball the other way. It's like, if you're playing FIFA, I think if you hold L1 and fake shot, like the player kind of opens his body up and drags it. So that kind of move just slams it bottom corner. I mean, if you haven't seen the goal, like go and watch it. And then Isaac could easily be Trippier in this team. I think if Isaac's going to get a rest, it's going to be up against Southampton. So the last round of fixtures hasn't quite played yet. So it's United playing tonight, Newcastle playing tonight. So I'm hoping Isaac plays full 90 tonight, or even 70, and then gets his rest against Southampton, which he very well might do. If there's anything coming out in the media or press conferences or anything like that, Trippier could easily come in and replace Isaac there. In fact, that might be the move I make anyway. The only reason why I'm not is because I've got Nick Pope in goal, but if I did that, I could always play David Raya instead. Or even if I make my transfer to Big Dave, De Gea comes in goal, Trippier comes into defence, and then it closes off that, it blocks off that Newcastle clean sheet potential. There's not much else to talk about the strikers. Really good options. I think Isaac is on penalties, as far as I'm aware. He took the last one. I think if Wilson's on the pitch, he's going to be the main penalty taker, but they don't always play with two up top, so if Isaac is on the pitch, I think Isaac will take the pen. I'm really happy with my team overall. I think it's got a decent amount of potential in it. I just think the transfer to Pope De Gea, although it's a boring one, I kind of like it. I'm backing my boys. I'm backing Big Dave. He's not as bad as goalkeepers people make out. There's decent clean sheet potential there. And let's rock and roll. You know what I mean? Let's move. This is the fun part of the season. And if you can't take hits now, then when can you? I wouldn't take many more hits after this point of the season. This is probably the last point. If I am considering a hit, it is going to be this week. Well, you do you. If you want to take a hit next week or game week 38, who cares? Have some fun with it. Right, mates, that's been it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. So today went through my team selection for game week 34. Looked at a few different options that we can look at for this game week and moving forward. And kind of talked briefly about hits and when and where you should take them. But yeah, mate, it's a game. Have some fun with it. Do what you want. If you enjoyed today's video, please do subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like. All the usual jazz. Anyway, peace and love. Have a good day.